Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Mike Coppedge. Around 3 to 4 in the morning. Just waking up and wanted to mention first. I don't believe that I have mentioned first or given proper credence. You can tell I haven't had my coffee yet. To the fact that ex-blue chip running back Davante Bourque, who was an LSU commit at one time, a Texas A&M commit at one time, a Tennessee signee. He is going to be playing at Henderson State, and he may have already enrolled. I know he was enrolled in January, and I talked to his dad a few days ago. As of that time, he had not left, but that was a few days ago. Davante's dad is uh, I hate when people say he's a good friend of mine, and he's not. But he is a good friend of mine, and he's promised me that uh, he'll mention to the coaches, or I ask them if they have any spots available. I don't know that they do. I mean, they're a very successful Division II program, so if they do have any spots available, I'm going to be reviewing film and passing names along to coaches who requested. And in the past, when I worked for Scout, a lot of coaches from small schools in Texas would ask me about players. So hopefully that will continue with players across the country. I'd love to see North Colorado ask for my take after they signed a couple of small school players who I had written about and was big on. I don't take any credit for their success in signing. Just I would. Um, it's always great to recommend a guy who any guy who is a sleeper. But with that being said, with Davante, it was interesting. His dad had called me the day of that Tennessee was leaving on a bus to go train for. It was in January a couple of years ago. I just left the San Antonio U.S. Army Bowl, and Davante said that he thought he was going to make the bus trip, and he did. And he ended up taking a different bus, Trailways type bus, to New Orleans, coming on Simon Pearl River, and then he's been home for a few years since then. So it's going to be interesting to see what he does at Henderson State. He certainly has talent, and so hopefully he's ready to take advantage of it now. God works in mysterious ways. I noticed there's been I noticed there have been some guys who have flipped. Josie Milton flipped a while back from South Carolina to TCU. No surprise there. Guys want to play for TCU after the season they have. After they got robbed, they should be in the playoff. Also, I saw that the linebacker Tyron Ferguson from Carr transferred from. He was an Oregon State commit, and then he is in Nebraska now, and he's somebody who I tried to interview, but when someone contacted me on Twitter from Carr, I never got a response about interviewing Ferguson, so just want to let you know that I did try to do that. I saw that Javon Ferguson is listed now on 247 as having an LSU offer. He's not listed on. He's listed on Rivals as having just a Southern Miss offer. I'm still not sure whether what the status is with his offer, if it is full offer, and if it is, then great for him. I'm not trying to create waves, and I'll be looking to learn more about that. With that being said, my final thoughts are on Kurt Merritt and Brandon Scott and Desiree. I'm just kind of curious as to where they're going to go. early on, it kind of seemed like Texas Tech was the leader for those two, or at least seemed to be very much in the mix. But then I know Tech struggled mightily a couple of games. And of course, Baylor and TCU were putting up massive amounts of points against some teams. For those two guys would certainly be a bust. I mean, certainly be a bust, but that would certainly be a boom to like I say, until I haven't had my coffee. But those guys will certainly be a huge boom to Texas Tech's program. So, of course, Kirk Merritt can go wherever he wants, and Brandon Scott is right behind him. And they're joined by one of the most underrated running backs around, Will Matthews. So, with all that in mind, I know this wasn't as fascinating a video as in the past, but I'm sure that more info will be coming out later today or 24 hours from now, and I will pass it on to you. I'm going to start opening things up for comments, and if you have anything, just any questions or comments or anything, just holler at me. Let me know. Appreciate you watching. As always, love you. Peace. God bless, and put him first, and everything else will go right. So, take care.